Yeah, oh yeah! Welcome back to VideoTalk. I'm Willy and this is an unboxing video. Today I only have one box with only one film. You probably know what that film is because you have seen the thumbnail and you read the name of this video. But before we go here to check out the Hitcher 4K from Second Sight, let's go check out what other Megasatan boxes I have from this brilliant British label. Come on. Alright, okay. Alright. Hey, this is my Second Sight corner from my video shelf. First we have some Eurekas here, but today we are not talking about the Eureka, even though it's a fine label. But let's start with the Second Sight Haute Tension. I think I have unboxed for you this brilliant French gore thriller, and this is a fine release with booklet and lobby guards. The booklet looks like this. But I really recommend this film if you're a fan of like French gore cinema. And then from Second Sight we have It Follows, and surprisingly huge box from a film that I don't know, in my opinion it's not that well known, but I could be wrong. With essays in this hardcover book and also the usual lobby guards, and it's a 4K mastering if I remember correctly. I watched this again and I think I like it. It's one of the better these kind of newer horror films that I have seen, and yeah, it's got some interesting idea and concepts, and you might want to check out if you have not seen it. And then a film that probably needs no introduction, yes sir, it is Martin Scorsese's The Mean Streets. And yeah, we have a booklet and 4K mastering of this great film, and the previous releases I had the Finnish DVD, and my god, that picture quality on that disc sucked some serious ass. And I have not read this book full of essays. I really need to do that. Yeah, and then the Megasatan, Drive, starring Ryan Gosling and directed by none other than Nicholas Winding Refn. This was one of the first Megasatans I got from the hey, this got some like a folder inside. I didn't remember that. First Megasatans I got from Second Sight, and boy is this a Megasatan, a 4K master of this film. Although this film was shot on 2K, or at least it was the final processing, it was made in 2K. So basically you get is the like HDR grading, but I think the picture quality looks very good. And this includes also the book, the original book of Drive that they made the film of. So you want to check out. And this have a very thick booklet, 200-page booklet that, you know, has storyboards and the essays of making this film. I have read this. Yes, I have read this, but it's such a long time ago. I really don't remember what type of essays they were. I'm sure they were fantastic. Okay, then George A. Romero's classic Martin. Yes, Martin on 4K freaking Ultra HD. Now I remember when this came out, there was talk. The talk of the town was such that they just like discovered the 3-hour cut, black and white cut of this film, but I don't know, does this film need to be like 3-hour movie? Any case, an interesting take on the vampire lore from George A. Romero and one of the early works from Tom Savini. Okay, then a little bit later release, I think I got this from second hand, Dog Soldiers. Very much like Aliens, but in the Scottish woods with werewolves, like these Marines against werewolf. I think it's a fun film, not the best werewolf film I ever seen, but I think it has a fun twist in it, and the actors are great and the gore effects are great in this film. Also includes the essays and the 4K mastering and the lobby guards of this film. And then finally, with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the next to it is, you guessed it, Yes sir it is. Certainly it is. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre on second sight. Megasatan, yeah. And this is a definite release. Okay, I know now there's like this 50-year anniversary release, which actually includes the fake chainsaw. But I don't think I need to upgrade this great second sight release. And this comes the book with essays, 200-page book, and we have the film on 4K as usual. The film was shot in 60mm, so don't expect any reference material of this. I think this was the web store exclusive. These special lobby cards for the web store buyers or something. But one more, I still have one more second sight, and this is in the special place. Let's go! Okay, here's my Jason Voorhees and George A. Romero shrine, and obviously this indeed includes the Megasatan 4K from second sight, from George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. And hey, this may be the greatest release of all time. That is from one film. And this includes the novelization of, this is the novelization of the book. This includes essays dissecting the dead. So it comes with 2 booklets, mind you. And then we have the 4K Ultra HD or theatrical cut and extended Cannes cut on 4K Ultra HD and Argento cut. And then we have disc for special features. And then, if that wouldn't be enough, we already also have the 2 soundtracks from a De Wolf Library compilation and 1 soundtrack from Goblin. So it has 3 soundtracks. Now, I never heard a release that would be as big as this Dawn of the Dead Definite Edition from second sight. Okay, so here's my Megasatans from second sight, and now let's go down in the business, the latest Megasatan. Alright, let's unbox this sucker, but I already unboxed it actually because I wanted to see the film and the extras so I can better talk to you about them, because after all it's a video talk. And mind you, this came directly from second sight, and this is very well packaged. It was the only film I had ordered this, and this was packaged like in this plastic bubbles and also in this very thick, I don't know what these things are even called, but okay, let's try not to break the thing. Here it is, the Megasatan release of Robert Harmon's The Hitcher from second sight in 4K. Now this release was like a very many years in release limbo because they didn't find the negatives, and then they wanted to master it from the positives. And you know that when you master a film from the positive, like a theatrical print, it will never look as good as it would be when it would be mastered from the negative. So I believe that second sight even did the mastering from the positive elements, but from some miraculous way, they found the negatives from some, was it Warner archive, and said, hey, sure, we have it, so you can use it. So they did the new master from that, and I think this is one of the highest anticipated release of this year. So, and here, of course, I have the dear Finnish VHS, which, by the way, is uncut, which is kind of like a weird, because usually these types of violent films, they were cut by the film censors, but not this time. Maybe they appreciated the film, and I can't blame them. I paid top dollars from this way back when I was searching this, but yeah, it's pretty rare tape and kind of cool looking tape, don't you think? But the film itself, now I have seen this so many times that I cannot count. I have seen it from the Finnish television the first time, and I was really impressed. This was like something that, okay, hey, I was expecting like more like an action film, more like a thriller film, but I don't think this fits very well in either genre. I think this is, it's like a kind of it's unique beast. Like this, okay, this Rutger Hauer plays this John Ryder, I don't think it's his real name, plays this guy who hitchhikes in the middle of rain, in the middle of deserts, and this guy, Jim Halsey, picks him up, and then immediately this guy, John Ryder, begins to stalk him and begins to taunt him like, last guy I fucking killed him. He said the same thing, that what I want, and I want you to stop me. And thus begins like this cat and mouse game through the desert, where through these dusty plains and through these like very abandoned gas stations, and film has a lot of action. Lots of very well made action, lots of great stunts, and lots of violence. Although most of the violence is off screen. This might appear like a very violent film, but actually you don't get to see too many violent scenes on screen. It has so brilliant performances. C. Thomas Howell, who plays Jim Halsey, obviously Rutger Hauer. I think this has got to be one of the Rutger Hauer's better roles, and that is saying something. Holy shit. Jennifer Jason Leigh, she's brilliant in it. And also this guy who plays the sheriff, I never remember his name, Jeffrey D. McMahon or something. Maybe it was this guy, but yeah, all these guys, they really make it worthwhile. And it's tense. I mean, it's so tense that you can almost cut it with a knife. It is so tense. It's brilliantly directed by Robert Harmon. I think it was his first feature film, which is kind of amazing. And the music, holy shit. Music by Mark Isham. Now, it reminds me a little bit of Tangerine Dream. It's got this sound, this kind of like a great 80s vibe to it. Great 80s mystical rhythm to it. And the cinematography by John Seals, it's just brilliant. I think this film, The Hitcher, is somewhat underrated film. Yeah, like I said, I have seen this film a million times. I have the finished DVD somewhere, which was, by the way, the special edition. It has some documentary how these films get made, and the short film, the China Lake short film in it. But never have I seen this looking this good. I mean, the picture quality on this thing is just amazing. I'm really glad that they waited, or it got delayed, that they actually get to use the original film negatives. Especially the scenes where, like these long scenes, these wide shots of the desert in a bright daylight. Man, they look just fantastic. They are, I think, maybe the better picture qualities I have seen from a film from this era. I mean, second sight films, they have really captured the essence of the film. It looks fantastic. Obviously, it's a little grainy, but not terribly grainy, except for the darker scenes. Yeah, there you can see much more grain, but overall, the Dolby Vision, the HDR mastering of this thing really amps up the color. I mean, in the opening, just check out when there's the first scene in the daylight and we get to see the red car. And all the facial details, they all look absolutely stunning in this film. And I'm not complimenting that because I bought this expensive box. It was 60 pounds. Yeah, it actually blew me away. But let's see the box. The outside, the cover. To be perfectly honest, not the best cover design I have ever seen, but I think it suits the mood of this film very well. And then we have this casing, which includes the films on Blu-ray and on 4K. And Blu-ray and 4K, these are identical about the contents. Even the 4K disc includes all the extras. Let's talk about the extras a little bit later. Okay, then we have the Hitcher screenplay by Eric Red. I do believe this is the original screenplay, which is a little bit different than what they actually filmed. There was talk in the extras. Eric Red explains that, yeah, the script was a little bit different, but it's not terribly more violent than the film actually is, because there has been rumors that, yeah, they were chickening out when they were shot. They were not shooting the complete script. But here is the complete script, and I'm actually very interested in seeing if there's like many differences for the film that got actually shot. Then we have the lobby cards. Now, this is usually something that I'm not terribly keen to see, but when I have the limited edition, I guess I better show them to you. This is all, I think this is the new artwork they made for this release. Not bad looking at all. Yeah. And then finally we have the Hitcher book. And this 200-page book includes lots of interviews and essays about the making of the film. I believe that many of these things, these facts that these essays, obviously I have not read this, but I do believe that many of these facts can be found from the early interviews and the new interviews from this film. But I think I really like the design of these things, the booklets. They really they hit it out of the park, these second side guys. Really great looking, interesting booklet. Booklet may be like disregarding it, because this is an actual book. It's a very thick freaking book. Yeah. And hey, finally about the extras. This included like 5 interviews. Interview with the director Robert Harmon, interview with the screenwriter Eric Red, and interview with C. Thomas Howell, the main character of this film, and also interview with the cinematographer John Seals, and also interview with the music maker Mark Isham. And also it included the older extras, the old extras that were included in the previous special edition, how these films get made. And also this included the Robert Harmon short film, the China Lake, that the film, what actually made him to get this gig as a director of Hitcher. And also the phone book or telephone, what was the other shorter film in this? And also this includes a little interview from Robert Harmon about the making of this China Lake film. I think the China Lake was also included in the previous special edition DVD that I have, and it's a nice little feature starring Charles Napier from the Rambo 2 and the Russ Meyer films. I think it's great. And this too also included the video essay about the career of Rutger Hauer. Now that was quite interesting to see the parallel that from Rutger Hauer to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Check it out if you have this release. I think it was rather nice. So overall, I think Hitcher is a great picture. It's one of the classic 80s films, and if you like something like The Terminator, you will absolutely love The Hitcher. Give it a second go, or if you have never seen The Hitcher, I highly suggest that you will watch it again. And do yourself a favor, watch it on this great looking second side 4K release. That is the command of the day. And this limited edition release, man, I could have never imagined a better release of this, like one film, books, great extras, and hey, we even have Dolby Atmos sound here. But I don't have the Dolby Atmos sound system, so really cannot comment on that, but technically very good stuff. And I do like the fact that the extras are also on the 4K disc. So I have absolutely no complaints about this release. Tell me in the comments, did you get Hitcher and what do you think about this film? I am interested in hearing your comments about the film, and have you got this great release? This is all for this time. Thank you for watching, and I catch you the next time. It will be very soon. Yeah. Bye bye.